In the heart of Starwood, beneath the night sky, filled with twinkling stars, 4 young explorers lay awake, their eyes bright with excitement. Mia, Sam, Tariq, and Lila, the midnight pack, knew that tonight was the night they had been waiting for. They had heard tales of a legendary treasure hidden in the depths of Starwood Canyon, a treasure that was said to shine brighter than the stars above. It was known as the Crystal of Starwood, and the Midnight Pack was determined to find it. With hearts full of courage and backpacks packed with supplies, the friends slipped quietly out of their beds, one by one, careful not to make a sound. They met at the old oak tree in the town square, their secret meeting place where their adventures always began. Mia held a lantern, its gentle glow lighting up their eager faces, and together they set off towards the canyon. The night was still, the air cool and crisp, as they made their way through the quiet streets of Starwood. The town was asleep, the houses dark and peaceful, but the Midnight Pack moved with purpose, their footsteps light on the cobblestones. They walked through the winding streets until they reached the edge of town, where the land opened up into rolling hills and, beyond that, the shadowy outline of Starwood Canyon. The canyon was vast and mysterious, its depths hidden beneath the darkness of night. The friends paused at the edge, looking out over the rocky cliffs that seemed to stretch on forever. The stories they had heard spoke of a hidden path that led deep into the canyon, a path that would take them to the crystal. Sam pulled out a piece of paper from his backpack, an old map they had found in the attic of his house, filled with symbols and markings that promised to guide them to the treasure. With Sam leading the way, they carefully made their way down the narrow path that wound along the side of the canyon. The rocks were loose beneath their feet, and they moved slowly, Mia's lantern lighting the way. The canyon was silent, except for the distant sound of water rushing below and the occasional rustle of leaves in the breeze. It was both thrilling and a little frightening, but the Midnight Pack was brave, and they knew they could rely on each other. As they reached the bottom of the canyon, they found themselves in a wide, open space, surrounded by towering cliffs that seemed to reach the sky. The map led them to a spot marked with a symbol that looked like a star, and the friends searched the ground, their eyes scanning the rocky earth for any sign of the treasure. Lila was the first to notice it. A faint glow peeking out from beneath a cluster of stones. She called the others over, and they knelt down, carefully moving the rocks aside to reveal what lay beneath. There, nestled in the earth, was a crystal unlike anything they had ever seen. It was large, almost as big as Mia's lantern, and it shimmered with a light that seemed to come from within, a soft, ethereal glow that lit up the canyon walls. The friends stared in awe, their hearts pounding with excitement. They had found it, the legendary Crystal of Starwood, a treasure that had been lost for as long as anyone could remember. Tariq took out his notebook, sketching the crystal and writing down the details of their discovery, while Mia held the lantern closer, the crystal's glow mixing with the lantern light, casting a warm, magical glow around them. But as they admired the crystal, something unexpected happened. The light from the crystal grew brighter, spreading out in all directions, illuminating the canyon walls and the sky above. The friends looked up in wonder as the light seemed to awaken the canyon itself. Tiny flowers began to bloom along the rocky ground, their petals glowing softly in the night, and the air filled with the gentle sound of wind chimes, as if the very rocks were singing. It was as if the canyon had come alive, the magic of the crystal, bringing it back to life. And the friends watched in awe, their eyes wide with wonder. They knew that they were witnessing something truly special, something that few people had ever seen, a glimpse of the magic that had once filled Starwood, a reminder of the beauty and wonder that still existed in the world. After a while, the light began to fade, and the canyon grew quiet once more, the flowers still glowing faintly in the moonlight. The friends knew it was time to go, that they had to leave the crystal where it belonged so that its magic could continue to protect the canyon and the town of Starwood. With great care, they placed the crystal back in its resting place, covering it gently with the stones. The journey back up the canyon was easier than they had expected, the memory of the crystal's light filling them with warmth and strength. As they climbed, they could still see the soft glow of the flowers below, a reminder of the magic they had witnessed, a secret that they would always share. By the time they reached the top of the canyon, the first light of dawn was beginning to appear on the horizon, painting the sky in shades of pink and orange. The friends made their way back to town, the world around them slowly waking up, the houses of Starwood coming to life once more. Back at the old oak tree, they paused for a moment, looking out over the town they called home. They knew that they had found something truly special, a treasure that was not just about the crystal, but about the magic of their friendship and the courage they had found within themselves. One by one they slipped back into their homes, their beds warm and comforting, their hearts filled with the magic of the night. They drifted off to sleep, their dreams filled with glowing crystals, blooming flowers, and the promise of many more adventures to come. And the next day, as the people of Starwood went about their day, they couldn't help but notice something different. A lightness in the air, a sense of hope and wonder that seemed to fill the streets. It was as if the magic of the crystal had spread beyond the canyon, bringing a little bit of its light to the town and its people. Mia, Sam, Tariq, and Lila met later that day, standing at the edge of the town square, watching as the townspeople went about their day with smiles on their faces. They shared a knowing glance, a smile that spoke of the secret they held, the adventure they had shared, and the magic they had found. And so the Midnight Pack learned that true treasure is not just about what you find, but about the journey you take, the friends you share it with, and the magic you bring back to the world. They knew that as long as they had each other, they could face any challenge and bring light to even the darkest nights. Good night, young dreamers. May you always find the courage to seek out the magic in the world, and may your adventures be filled with wonder and light.